but everything is crispy and caramelized.
Well, perfect leather jacket weather.
So you're looking at $85 for this. Oh, Sully, what did they do to you? Okay, it is opening day of Flower and Garden 2026. We're back at Walt Disney World's EPCOT. It was just like yesterday. Festival of the Arts was starting. Such a short event, but now it is time for Flower and Garden. Let's see what new topiaries they've added, try some new food, see the merch, see what's going on. Is it worth your time and money to come to Flower and Garden this year? Is it special enough? You got Bo Peep, Woody, the Pixar ball, Buzz Lightyear. You got the barrel of monkeys hiding in the trees, and then Bo Peep's little sheep. But they're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Pixar. See the festival passports over here. So the event's gonna run from March 4th till June 1st. I like all the monkeys in the trees, but I think Lotso's over here. I think this is one of the new topiaries. I don't remember ever seeing Lotso. Yeah, you got Lotso right there next to the sign, Flower and Garden Festival 2026. He even has this little like cane right there. It is starting to heat up in Orlando. It's no longer cold, so you will be sweating. If you're coming to Orlando now, it's not 60 degrees anymore. When you come visit Orlando, you want to visit between January and like the first week of May. After that, all hell breaks loose. You get rain, humidity, 100-degree days until like November. So from pretty much May till November, that's when you do not want to visit. But January through the first week of May, that's the best time to visit because the weather's more, I think, controllable. They have an overarching Pixar theme, which I like. Normally it's just random topiaries everywhere, but they have an actual theme this year. You got Lightning McQueen right there, and then you got Maynard. They got the details all around the topiary. And then he's driving on a road. They made a road out of flowers. And over here, the Groot topiary has returned the Greenhouse Mix Volume 1.
What's up, dog?
Welcome back to EPCOT.
Thank you, good to be back.
A lot has changed. Do you have a new favorite ride?
A new favorite ride? I'm still a huge fan of the People Mover over at Magic Kingdom, if I'm being honest. But
it's a classic.
I like the old ones, man. You know I want to see Horizons. What can I say? What's your new favorite ride?
New Test Track's pretty good.
I haven't been. Is it fast?
Not as fast as, you know, flying around in a spaceship.
Like going through a jump point.
It's slow.
I get that.
But not as slow as the People Mover.
Well, sometimes it's nice to just take it easy, you know?
Yeah.
Get some tunes going, enjoy the ride.
What song would you play on the People Mover if you could?
Maybe some Sam Cooke. Get Gamora on there, a little romancing. She is giving me some space right now, though, but
okay.
She'll warm up.
She put the cone on the other seat on the People Mover. That's what happened.
Something like that.
Yeah.
She'll warm up. How could she not, right?
Yeah. It's getting toasty now. It's getting toasty now.
Perfect leather jacket weather.
They have Stitch over here. I gotta admit, he looks a little creepy. He doesn't really look like happy-go-lucky Stitch. All right, let's pop in the creation shop, see what new merchandise they have for Flower and Garden 2026. We have to wait in this line to get in. We've made it in. So we got classic little orange bird right there. EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival 2026. So you're looking at $85 for this. Now this is gonna be an official lounge fly. That's why it's gonna cost a little bit more. On the strap, you're gonna have some flowers. Then on the inside, you'll have a little orange bird and Spaceship Earth right there on the inside. $75 for a little crossbody bag. So it's a little different. So there's like this little coin purse, but you can switch it. There's two different sides. One has a little beehive. One has some flowers on it. So there's a little strap right there where you can switch it around. But then on the back, it'll say Flower and Garden 2026. $45, we got the new Flower and Garden ears. A lot of different fabrics used on this. This kind of looks like a topiary design. Got a little orange bird, nice and stitched in there. Pretty high quality ears. And then on the back, it'll say Flower and Garden. Now the little topiary bow is removable. It pops off right there. $85 for the new tie-dye EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival 2026 Spirit jersey. Again, you got that same design right there. Then on the front, you got orange bird just chilling. I just want that on a t-shirt. This is not a thick Spirit jersey, so it's $85 for a long sleeve shirt pretty much. They have Soarin' merch. I don't remember the last time I saw Soarin' merch, but $35 you can get a Soarin' short sleeve shirt. $37 we have the Alice in Wonderland collection. Again, nice and embroidered right there, Flower and Garden Festival. Now on the back, you're gonna have Alice right there with all the butterflies with the caterpillar. $45 for the Alice in Wonderland ears. Now the little butterfly is removable. Got the caterpillar right there. Then on the back, Flower and Garden 2026. $80 for the Alice in Wonderland bag. Is gonna be an official lounge fly bag. $50 for this embroidered butterfly Alice in Wonderland dress. $60 for the sweatshirt, International Flower and Garden Festival 2026. And on the back, you're gonna have the caterpillar right there, just chilling, looking grumpy. $60 for this kind of like rain jacket or windbreaker, nice and embroidered right there. And then it's got a hood and then a little zipper on the back. See the annual pass holder stuff. So you're at $37 You have Mickey and Minnie right there. Again, all these shirts are nice and embroidered, but that's gonna be on the back, and then on the front, you'll have Mickey right there. It'll say pass holder. $30, you have a nice and embroidered hat with Mickey right there, and then on the back, it'll say pass holder. $40 for the crossbody bag. You have a little Mickey keychain right there. $12 for the pass holder coaster. $12 for that. $25 for the little potting mug. I like that the handle looks like a hose. Then on the back it'll say pass holder. $32, they have a tank top. Enjoy sun and fun for everyone. A little orange bird right there. $15, you're gonna have the classic little salt and pepper shaker, the orange bird right there. $37, back of the short sleeve shirt, you have an embroidered orange bird right there. Then on the front, just switch it around. And it'll say International Flower and Garden Festival. So they have the little scavenger hunt, and this is going to be the prize. They're like the solar powered little flowers that move. So you've won a figment right there, orange bird, there will be, and then Mickey right there. So these will be your little prizes. $17, they have a sticky note pad with a little orange bird right there. All right, $17 for the little orange bird frame. Now again, no one has a 2x3 picture that they get from a theme park. $30 for a nice embroidered orange bird hat. Yeah, on the back you have some oranges in a crate, and a little orange on the buckle. $37 for the short sleeve shirt. Then on the front, it'll say International Flower and Garden. Merch, really good. I feel like they're actually putting money into making the merchandise, where it does feel kind of like a luxury product. So when you're paying $37, you don't feel bad because it's nice and embroidered. Feels custom, feels actually high quality, which I've not said in a very long time about Disney's merch. The orange bird looking over all of his merch. $27 for a little orange bird popping out of an orange crate. $25 for this orange bird mug. $10 for some postcards. And then over here, $17 for like a little magnet set. And then $27 for this kid's shirt. It says treat yourself, a little orange bird chilling right there. And then $25 for some garden stakes. So I think that's the whole rundown of all the merchandise for Flower and Garden. Every year I can always count on a good joke. The birthplace of Figment, because this is where the fountain was supposed to be. They turn it into a planter and it looks like, you know, and the Figment's popping out of it. But Figment has been removed. There's nothing being birthed out of there. All right, so they don't have topiaries for the new Pixar film Hoppers, but they have kind of like cardboard kind of cutouts. And the bear right there, and then this is the main character. I haven't seen the film yet. Heard good things. So you got the main little beaver character right there. Behind the stroller graveyard is they have a new little topiary. They have Pluto, and then Pluto's little doghouse right there. There's even a bone by his doghouse. They even had little details like this. So on his collar, right? Pluto, if found, please return to Mickey Mouse. Now one of the classic topiaries is Donald. You can see the little bee right between Donald's eyes. What's going on with all these birds over here? Alright, let's pop into Communicore Hall because it's the Sunlight to Sunbright in Spike's Garden. So we came in here to try the peach cobbler over here at the Farmer's Feast, but the menu changes halfway through. So starting April 6th is when the peach cobbler appears. Right now it's the blueberry crumb cake. So they give you a reason to come back later in the season, try new stuff. These flowers are opening and closing. What is going on? They also have the music with bee noises. And then over here in the center, they have Spike the Bee as a massive topiary. And also in here, they have all of the festival merchandise in here. So if you don't want to wait in that line in the main gift shop, just come over here. There's some more flowers over here, and there's some other moving flowers. See, they're all still moving. Flowers are opening up. Yeah, they kind of make you feel like you're the size of a bee with all the giant enlarged flowers. Even on the ceiling, they have flowers to kind of make you look like you're a small little bee looking up. So the music just slowed and the lighting has changed. It's now become a little darker. So it kind of looks like little fireflies are inside the flowers. You'll see these kind of lights illuminate just a little bit. See if we can see them pop up. Yeah, see right there? See, they're popping up just a little bit and they go away. They got the ears that you can purchase on side the little topiaries right there. Everywhere you look, they put flowers. This is the best like flower and garden festival I think they've had in a very, very long time. There's a proper budget into the new topiaries. Flowers are everywhere. It's just a nice chill vibe. There's just stuff everywhere to look at. It's just not, okay, we're gonna put a little budget here, a little budget there. Maybe this is the start of, you know, the positive direction with, you know, Josh being in charge of the company. We will have a Josh kind of rant in an upcoming video talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of, I think, what he'll affect. But so far, flower and garden, I feel like there's an effort put into it this year. We have the massive butterfly topiary. That means one thing. We're heading into Butterfly landing presented by Advent Health. I gotta go through the beaded curtain so no butterflies escape. Now there's always not too many butterflies on opening day. Oh, there they are. There's a little butterfly. They got an orange topiary over here. Phineas and Ferb. Topiaries over here. Now they had to cover his hand up last year because it looked like he was giving people the finger. So that's why he's holding flowers. All right, so over here is C-section figment. So they got Pluto holding the kite over there. There's Minnie, Dale and Chip next to a picnic basket. And then Mickey's kind of hidden. We'll go see Mickey. And then off to the right, you can get a view of Mickey holding the kite. Now right next to Bambi, you can see them setting up the little bird houses. Now they actually have little plushes you can purchase right over there at the gift shop. $15. So these are all going to be for the purple martin. Their diet is flying insects. The males are mostly purple, and it looks like the females have a little bit of purple, but just on their head.
That's always fun. Yeah, but then they all kind of
Now we're heading over to the Monsters Inc. topiaries. These are kind of the most talked about topiaries this year. They have another little monster topiary over here. I want to see a Roz topiary. Make one of those. Judgmental monster right here. Oh, Sully, what did they do to you? It's Monsters University Sully, so he's like more slender, but he looks weird. There's no like purple patches on his stomach, so he just kind of looks like nude, and everybody's just calling him Ozempic Sully because they're used to, you know, big fluffy Sully. This is the first topiary where I'm like, I'm not feeling it at all. But like Mike still looks like Mike. He's just got braces with his little hat, and his little book that he's holding is Scare Theory, Scare Techniques, the complete history of scaring. And then here's a happier little topiary monster. Here's the last little monster. I like how simple it is. It's literally just like they painted eyeballs and painted little spikes and shoved it inside of a giant bush. All right, now we've seen plenty of flowers, we've seen plenty of gardens. Now it's time to eat. We're going to BrunchCot. Now they got some French toast. All right, so the French toast is gonna have a cinnamon cereal cream on it with caramel sauce. That is some of the best French toast I've ever had in my entire life. Imagine a cinnamon creme brulee French toast. You get this wonderful kind of that cereal kind of whipped creaminess in there, but everything is crispy and caramelized. And you get a little cinnamon toast crunch on top. If you're a fan of French toast, this is something like you've never had before. 10 out of 10.
It's a must.
That thing is so good. Like, you're gonna feel stuffed though after it because it's massive and it's super cheap. Right, over here at the Citrus Blossom, they have the new Orange Bird little sipper. Comes with the orange and lemon smoothie inside. Looks like he's ready to do a little dance move. It is busy, busy, busy. They didn't change too much, just added some, I guess, orange trees, and that's about it inside here. As for the scavenger hunt, there's one of the eggs up there. Miguel's playing the guitar right there. So, we'll be going over to the food booth over here, the Mexico food booth. They have a calamari taco I gotta go try. I'm a big calamari fan. I'm excited for the calamari taco. So we got the calamari taco. This is gonna be $9, a flour tortilla filled with crispy calamari, fried garlic, pasilla aioli with chives. Kinda looks a little sad. Calamari taco, pretty disappointing. Cold, boring calamari. The aioli is the best part of the whole dish. I'm gonna do like a 6.5 on it. It was just really disappointing. That's $9 for that. Who do you think's creepier? The skinny Sully or the creepy troll here? Anna and Elsa have topiaries with all these different topiary snowflakes in the background. The tree age is going to be 40 years old. That one's 40 years old. This tree age is 30 years old. And then this one is 50 years old, 26 years old, 22 years old. This one's also 22 years old right there. And then 18 years for that one. And then this one is 24 years. Every year they always have the panda topiary over here. And you have the adorable little panda topiaries snacking on some bamboo. We have the dragon topiary. Luckily there's a little breeze happening. All right, the talk of the town is this fruit covered in sugar at the booth over here in China. All right, so it's time for the Tang Hulu, a skewer of strawberries and grapes coated with a candied sugar syrup. That thing sucked. That was gross. It was like really warm fruit. I feel like the sugar coating should have been like crust over it. What I got was you were chewing into a freaking lollipop. Yeah, you couldn't get through it. I feel like I'm gonna break a tooth chewing through that. There's too much of that sugar coating. I'm doing a 5 out of 10 on it. People probably got it differently earlier in the day. What I got, I never want to get. How was it?
It's just the coating was just way too thick in certain parts. It was like you said, like a lollipop. It was hard. If they get the coating right, I feel like it could be good. I've never had the like original version that everybody raves about, but this is, it's tough.
We got the classic 7 dwarves. Now, I think they added this year. There's a bunch of like gems below all the dwarves, and then Snow White and Dopey will be over here. Then you have Snow White and Dopey. Look over here, it looks like someone just like abandoned a little baby. Why is there a little like king cake baby just abandoned right there on a bench? As they switch out the banners with the current festival inside the little town. Over here in Italy, Lady and the Tramp on a mountain of flowers. The Tiana topiary has also returned this year. Now before you get into France, we'll be going to this food booth because they have some ceviche. All right, so now it's time for the ceviche. It's gonna be a shrimp with mango, avocado, cucumber, lime, cilantro, tomato, and jalapeno served with plantain chips. All right, it comes in like a little coconut. You don't even taste the shrimp. You don't even taste the avocado. You just taste pure cucumber. So imagine really tough and chewy shrimp cucumber. That's what it tastes like. Not good at all. I don't really love ceviche. That's gonna get like a 4 out of 10 for me. You've Battle and the Beast. Again, a returning classic. There's the clock. There's Lumiere and Cogsworth. There's been some changes over here in the UK. Normally Winnie the Pooh is over here, but Captain Hook has now appeared and he's battling Peter Pan. And then Tick-Tock Croc has been moved over here now. But then Winnie the Pooh has been placed in their place. Never by the restrooms, this is where Tinkerbell has appeared, kind of in a little fairy garden. So you have Tinkerbell right there, and then all the little fairy houses throughout the garden. Now the Winnie the Pooh characters have been moved over here. This is where the Peter Pan characters normally were. They're switched up a little bit. And then the rest of the topiaries have been moved over here. You can see Pooh's honey pot right next to him. He's holding the balloon. Miss Piggy has returned. She's over pretty much in Canada now. And you got little Kermie riding the bike. These topiaries have been around for a couple years now, but it's great to see them return. You can see Goofy blowing some dandelions. Now when you first come into the World Showcase, you'll see Maui, Moana, little Pua, and Hey Hey as topiaries. Pua looks a little bit like Jim Carrey. Is that Jim Carrey's clone right there? Then over here, it looks like you can purchase some special Pandora charms for Flower and Garden. You got Orange Bird just chilling. Well, that is a wrap on Flower and Garden 2026. Good time, good amount of topiaries, flowers everywhere, decent food except for a couple items, but that's every Disney festival. Decent merch. I think this is like the best version of Flower Garden we've gotten in a very, very long time. So we'll probably be back. We're gonna try some more food. The menus change throughout the course of the festival. So on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and join the family. We love the family. Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Disney and theme parks around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon. Ozempic Sully. For a second, if you didn't know that was a tail, it kind of just like a little symbols about the Fun Rafiki.